Hey everybody, it's Angela and I'm back with another process video. And for this one I am going to use this Good Tidings American Crafts paper and a bunch of die cuts to do kind of a Christmas layout. And the die cuts that I'm going to use are these new Sizzix Thinlits that I got. And so this is the first time I've used those, and I'm just going to use the conifer branches out of this one. And in this fall leaf one, there's also a conifer branch, so I'm going to use that one. And even though they're different conifers, I think there's pine and fir and cedar or whatever, I'm going to take artistic liberty and use all of them. This is another fir branch die that I have, and so I just use that Good Tidings paper and cut out a bunch of branches out of it. And you'll have to bear with me on this. I know it's like overexposed. I'm trying to do some different settings to brighten up my videos, and I'm going to try to change the settings so that the quality is better. My camera does record in HD, but somewhere along the line I'm losing quality, either with the settings of my camera or with the settings of Adobe Premiere, which is what I edit my videos with. So I went ahead and sped this up, and I don't have a silhouette or anything, so I'm just freehanding half of a Christmas tree shape on here, and I'm going to cut that out here a little bit later, but I just kind of wanted an idea of where that was going to go. And I'm doing this on a piece of watercolor paper. And I got these brand new Shimmers products, and that little freebie black one that I got when you mention Missy Whidden's name when you order in the comments section, you can get a free product from Shimmers. And so I got that free little black little cake of ink there that you just add water to, and so I can't wait to try that. I just used these two Shimmer sprays just to get kind of a bluey green color. And I kind of channeled my inner Missy for this layout, and so I wanted to do some splotches. Like I said, I wanted to do a silhouette cut, but I had to, freehand and do kind of my own version of it. And then, yeah, I also used some thread on this just to, really kind of give it that Missy look. So I think she'd approve. And so I just go ahead and put those two colors, blue-green colors, down and dry it up a little bit. Like I said, this is watercolor paper. And then I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and cut out that tree shape. And I left a little border over there on the right because I am going to put foam tape all around the tree shape, so I wanted to have kind of a little edge or a little border there. So hopefully this will make more sense once you see it being done. And again, I realize it's overexposed, so you can't really see my pencil lines or anything, and I apologize. I'm working on trying to make this better, so just hopefully you can bear with me while I figure out this camera and trying to get a little bit better quality on my videos. So there, I've just kind of cut it out and made my own kind of silhouette cut there. And I'm going to take this Fine and Dandy collection and take out this piece of paper, which also has the same kind of color tone as the Good Tidings paper. And I'm just going to back my tree so that when I put all my branches on there, there won't be any white showing up behind. It'll look solid. You'll only see this green showing up if I don't get it completely covered. So I just take a little bit of thin foam tape so it'll raise it up just a little bit, but not too high. And I'm just going to go around the tree, the edge of the tree cut. And that'll make it a little easier to stick all my branches in. And the rest of the page I'm just going to glue directly to that background sheet. So I'm just going to line that up and put it down. And then I am going to kind of take my branches and a little bit of Scotch quick dry adhesive and start inserting those in there. Or at least I think I am. I've kind of disappeared there for a second. Oh, I know. I'm going to cut my pictures out first and figure out where my photos are going to go. So I went to go get my circle die cuts, And I have some circle dies that are circles and scallops, and in graduated sizes. That's by Hot Off the Press. And I love this die set. It gives me a whole bunch of different circle sizes, and I don't have to store the big individual punches. Since I already have a a Big Shot, I might as well utilize it. So there's my Big Shot, and I'm just gonna put these 3 Christmas pictures. These are from 2012, I believe, and it was one of the last Christmases I got to spend with my mother-in-law before she passed away. So I wanted to make a layout of this and just hadn't gotten to it yet. So I just cut out a picture of me and my hubby, my mother-in-law, and a picture of the tree. And I just have those in black and white. And some of them I've cut out as a scallop shape and some of them as a circle shape. And then I'm going to cut a corresponding mat to go with each of those photos. And again, I'm just going to dip into the Good Tidings paper for that. And since I already have so much of the kind of tealy green aqua color on there, I'm going for a little bit more of the red in these mats just to make those photos pop off the page. So there are my photos and mats all cut out. And I'm just going to lay them on the layout to get an idea here of where they're going to go. And I made them round so that they kind of remind me of ornaments, I guess. That's why I went with the round shape on that. And so now I'm going to go ahead and start putting all these branches in here. And some of them I cut out from a teal paper that had red polka dots on it, which also kind of makes it look like the tree already has some little ornaments or lights or something in there. So I just kind of get a general idea of what I'm going to do. And then I grab my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. And I just kind of put it on the center or the end of the branch, and I'm going to let them kind of curl up a little bit just to give extra dimension and stuff. I'm going to try to kind of vary where the pieces are that have the red dots on it so that they're kind of spread evenly across the tree. And I'm putting the bigger pieces on the bottom, the bigger die cuts, and then some of those smaller like the cedar branches and stuff are going to go on top. And I'm kind of, like layering a big one there just to kind of get some full coverage across that whole die cut area. And then I'm going to go in with all my smaller pieces and fill in any of the gaps. And this turned out really cute. There's a lot of texture on this. It really does kind of look like a tree. It was so fun to be able to use all those die cuts and branch shapes and, kind of give the look of having a silhouette cut layout without, actually having a silhouette, because I don't have a computer in my craft room or anything. And I had a Xyron way back in the day when they first came out, and my husband used it a lot for stencils for painting things on the sides of trucks or pallets or whatever. And then they stopped supporting the hardware and they stopped making drivers for it, and so it just didn't last. I don't know, I'm kind of always afraid that the technology just isn't going to last as long as I want it to. So I just haven't really invested in any other die cutting machine yet, although I probably will eventually, but just not right now. So there, I've kind of filled that out and I like how that's looking. Just tucking a few more little branches here and there. And I like, that it's kind of an aqua color. It's kind of a more trendy color than having it the dark green, but a dark green tree would be awesome too. So that's all the branches that I'm going to use. And I'm just going to go ahead and adhere my photos down to the photo mats. And I really like how the Shimmers product worked. You know, it gives some color without being overwhelming on there, and kind of just gives a place for those photos to rest, but there's still a lot of white space on this layout, so that even though there's a lot going on, your eye has a place to rest and it doesn't look too cluttery. And yet, you know, I'm still getting 3 photos on this layout. And of course, I wouldn't be channeling my inner Missy if I didn't put some thread on this layout. So I just have some red and green. I don't have a lot of different colors of thread. I just have a bag that I bought at a thrift store. And so I need to maybe invest in a couple of the more trendy colors of the moment. But I go ahead and get some thread on there. And I just put it under my focal photo. And that focal photo is up on foam tape. The other 2 are flush to the page. And then these are some K & Company layered snowflakes. And these are like, I think from 2012, as well as these City Sidewalks ephemera pieces. So they're older, they've just been in my Christmas stash. So I'm just going to put a few of these snowflakes around, and then I took out the 25 and these little candy peppermint striped die cuts out of the City Sidewalks. And I'm going to adhere those. And they had a little pop dot on the back, but I'm adding some glue too, because like I said, these are pretty old and they've been in my stash for a while. And there's a little green kind of peppermint shape. I just want to have, you know, some pops of red out there. So I'm liking that. And then I also have these puffy stickers left over from last year's Scraptastic December kit, and I think they're Fancy Pants puffy stickers. But yeah, I stopped getting kits last year, so I think this was from my very last kit. So I'm just sprinkling those around on the layout, just kind of the red and minty green ones. And then what else do I pull on there? Oh, these are from the Snow and, I think it's Snow and Cocoa, just from this year. And they're just little word and phrase stickers, and I love that they have white and they have cream, because my layout has both the white snowflakes and some white in that Good Tidings paper. But because I used watercolor paper for my background, the watercolor paper is kind of cream based. So it was nice to be able to, you know, have some of each to choose from. And then I decided to balance that tree off. It was looking a little plain on the left-hand side, and so I went ahead and grabbed a piece of paper also from last year that was left over from my Scraptastic kit, and I'm just going to put this little strip of kind of arrow paper or triangle paper over here on the left-hand edge, and then I'm going to take 2 scraps from the Good Tidings papers that I use to map my photos with and put those over on the left-hand side as well. And that just kind of helps balance that off and bring a little more color over there. Because I had thought about matting the whole layout, but since you know, I already have that tree and everything, I just didn't want to do a full mat. So I thought just adding these little strips over here would be perfect. So I'm just kind of figuring out where I want to place that last little strip. It's weird how just a little touch like that can just really balance something off. And I think that this pretty much does it. Oh no, I had wanted to put some sprinkles on here, but I don't have any silver sprinkles. So I just grabbed some stickles from my stash, and I'm going to just put some dots all over the tree just to kind of make that pop a little more, because it was somewhat dull. It didn't really have lights or ornaments or anything on it. So I'm just going to add the stickles, so that'll be subtle in the background, but it'll help that pop. And then I'm also going to put some stickles just around where all my puffy stickers and photos are, just kind of like splatters. And that's pretty much the last thing I do to this layout. I really love how it turned out. I love the texture of that tree. I love the kind of non-traditional colors of the layout. And I may just add some journaling to this, but that's pretty much it. You can see the stickles there. Of course, it's not dry yet, but you can see all the dimension from all those branches, the layered snowflake embellishments, a little bit of thread, this little peppermint die cuts, puffy stickers, word stickers. So there's a lot going on here, you know, and 3 photos as well, but it still, you know, doesn't look too cluttered. So yeah, again, you guys bear with me while I figure out some different things I can do with my camera to make the quality of my videos better. And if you have any questions or anything about this layout, please just leave me a comment below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.